Hey, welcome to Tony Tone Barbecue. I'm Tony, and in this video, I'm going to show you what I do to clean an offset smoker after it got used. And starting with the outside here, I just want to show you this is a offset smoker that is not for show. I don't just keep this around and make videos. I use the heck out of this, and yesterday I used it to do an 8-hour cook. So have a look inside here. This is how I left it yesterday, and I'm going to explain what I do to clean it up and put it away to get it ready for its next cook. Here we go. All right, so let's have a look inside the firebox here. Yesterday, I used charcoal. I went through 16 pounds of charcoal in this firebox here, and it's still full of that. So I'm going to come back to this later. I'm going to show you the most important part here kind of towards the end. And inside, I've got, you can see down here, a piece of aluminum foil that I use to catch the drippings. That makes it a lot easier to do the cleanup. So let me show you how I do the cleanup of the main cooking chamber first. All right, starting with the main cooking chamber inside here. First thing I do when I open this up is I have a look, see if there's anything crazy that I need to see. I can see here the inside of the lid is in really good condition. There's not much buildup or anything there, so I don't need to do anything with that. These racks, you can see they're a little greasy from the food that I cooked on them. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and get those out of the way. All right. Down inside, when I cook, I like to keep, if possible, some aluminum foil or an aluminum pan underneath to catch the drippings. Makes cleanup a lot easier. So this aluminum foil is the cheapest and easiest way to go because I can use the biggest piece that I need and shape it to how I want to shape it. I'm just going to go ahead and roll this up and get this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the way. This is a deflector. So normally I don't really do much else besides what I just did. I'll put those grates back in, but I want to show you underneath here. This, as I said, it's been used a lot. I'm going to pull this out of the way here. I leave this charcoal grate in while I'm cooking because it's just more metal to get hot, and that's great. There's you can see a little bit of debris and stuff in there. That's just a little grease left over from cooking, but it's not really built up or anything or running, so that's not a problem. If I really needed to clean this up, I could take it out and clean it, but at this point I'd say it's not necessary. And down below we have the area there that the bottom of the smoker. In this case, there's really not a whole lot needs to be done here, but I'm going to show you what I would do. All right, inside, if there was any little buildup of grease or anything like that, I would usually use a spatula, just a cheap old putty knife, like this, and just kind of scrape everything down to the center. But as you can see, there's really nothing to scrape in here. Same thing up top here. There's really nothing there, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for any grease that's built up that I want to clean out of there. But honestly, in most cases, I don't even need to do this. So once all that's been kind of scraped down to the middle, I'll just use some paper towels or an old rag and wipe all that stuff up. If there was a lot of oil, a lot of grease built up in here, there's a drain hole right over here. I could take that plug out and drain it out, but obviously you can see, other than being a little bit greasy, it's relatively dry. There's nothing that I need to drain out. So that is the extent of what I would need to do inside the main cooking chamber. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in. Set that back in there like that. Now the cooking grates are, like I said, still a little greasy from the previous cook. And that's actually a good thing. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to do anything with these until my next cook. Any cleaning that I want to do on these, I'll do at the start of my next cook. The reason for that is because the grease that's left on here is not going to hurt anything. It's actually just going to protect the metal from rusting. So that's why I'm going to leave that alone like that. The main cooking chamber is now done and ready to be put away. Let me show you the firebox. This is the really important part. Okay, your firebox. This is the most important part. So first of all, I used this charcoal basket on this cook, and I don't use it on every cook, but on this one I did. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of knock loose any ashes that are on there, get that out of the way. And you can see inside here, there's a bunch of charcoal ash. and we want to get rid of that. Now, if you have a rig like this that has a removable pan, go ahead and take that out and empty it. If not, you're going to want to brush that out into a bucket, or maybe even that aluminum foil or that catch pan that you use. All right, I've emptied the ash pan, and this one's got a little grate on it, so after I dump it, I also like to hit it with this brush to knock off any extra, as much of the ash as I possibly can, because you want this thing to be free of ash, because ash will attract moisture and cause rust. So inside here, you might also want to give the underside of your lid a little brushing to knock loose any leftover ash that's inside there. Get that down inside there. And in here, you got a couple choices. You can either brush this stuff out and get rid of the ash that's left in here, or do like I do. And I have a vacuum that I like to use to take it out of there. All right, now it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but if you look inside here, there's not a lot of leftover ash. This is cleaned more than enough. I'm gonna go ahead and slide that back in there. The goal here is to make sure that you remove all the ash from the inside of your firebox, because like I said, that ash is gonna attract moisture. I'm gonna put that lid back down. I've got the vents closed on it, and I'm gonna put the firebox, store it back underneath here, and we're gonna get it covered up. All right, let's get her covered up. And that's it. It's all covered up, ready to be put away for the next cook. And it can sit out here all winter like this, and it's done that. So that's it. Really, it's a pretty simple process, and doing maintenance like this will help preserve the life of your offset smoker and keep it from rusting. There's a few other things I like to do while I'm cooking. You can see that in some of my videos, so make sure you subscribe, check that out. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, and smoke on, my friends.